Sending data. Sending data. Okay, streaming. Instagram. Is create live video. Finally. So maybe we start with this. Public. Next. Which one? This one?
Stream key.
So go live. Connect streaming software to go live. Go live. Oh, it's doing that thing that it does, but whatever.
Over on Restream, if you
Yeah.
can you change just that one to okay, look, it's on. It says it's on portrait.
There it is there. Hey, how you doing? Maybe have a look at your phone.
Hello, Instagram.
Hello, world. Welcome to Finally Friday. The wife and I thought we'd have a little chat. Tell you about our week, tell you about what we've got coming up, and hopefully hear from you. Because we would love to hear from you. And yeah.
So it looks like.
That's all right.
Yeah.
So then we get this link here. And we go to a chat thing here. Oh, well, that didn't work. We're still working this out, folks. Just give us a minute. Chat, restream, copy. We'd love to have a chat with you.
It says copy this link into your streaming software.
Oh, there it is there.
Oh, okay.
Boom. So finally Friday. Well, we're here. You're here. We're all here. Cheers. So I don't know how your week's been. We've had a good week.
We have. Very productive, a little bit stressful.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Because you've got a big project on, one of our clients, a large client. We run all their it's a Fortune 5 company, run all their intranet thing and their infrastructure. So we're doing a total rebuild there, which has gone really well for us.
It has gone well, yes.
So which we appreciate that. It's a great client, just really great friends they've become. And so that's really good. So what have we got coming up? If you've got any questions, please just drop them in there. If you want to talk about mental health, anything you got coming up, any questions about us. We did a great thing last night on the connection between emotion and weight loss. That was with Wisdom OS. And so that went very well.
We did. We did a recording of it was a live call, and then we recorded it. So that will be available on their app for all of their subscribers, and talked a little bit about how you have to be vulnerable enough to ask for help when you're starting on any journey, whether it's weight loss, mental health, and sort of the self-awareness checks that you can have regarding asking for help. And we talked about what sort of coping mechanisms that we have developed over the course of our lives, and how to recognize those and how to sort of take that armor off. So it was great.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good. We thoroughly enjoyed it. We always love working with Matthew and Michelle Einson. They're just tremendous people. Great people. If that sort of stuff interests you, if you like naturopathic answers and asking questions, they're a tremendous couple. They do a bunch of they're trained naturopaths, bunch of like holistic medical approaches, iridology, frequency.
You can check them out on Instagram. Hi Instagram.
Hi Instagram.
They're Wisdom OS.
Yeah.
Or their website is wisdomos.app.
Hey Olivia, yes, asking for help is the hardest thing to do.
It is.
And so putting your hand up. And what we talked about last night was the connection between emotions and weight loss. And asking for help was one of the things that we really touched on, is that you've got to be prepared to have those. And the term safe space has really been abused. Well, I think it has anyway, but that's probably because I'm Gen X. But the concept of having a community or a group or a cadre of people that you can share openly with, I think is very important with anything, be it the connection with emotions and weight, or be it just emotionally in life when overcoming and dealing with trauma. I think it's very important.
A huge revelation for me was the fact that we make over 200 food decisions every day. And most of which we
And
sort of
most
make,
of them are snacks.
yeah, we make on autopilot, we make those
We
decisions.
don't think
So
about them, do
it's
we?
interesting.
We
Yeah.
we get a feeling, and our response is often to run to food on it. So it was a great talk last night, and they're worth having a look at. We're starting up the Feedings Collective talks again, once a month on a Thursday night.
So our next one will be in August for
Yeah.
that. So you could check out our website.
And we invite you to come along to those because we talk about mental health stuff. This whole next season, we're going to spend a lot of time talking about biohacking trauma. I don't use any pharmaceuticals. I don't use THC, any weed, because I find that's actually really bad for my nightmares and my PTSD. And so, really, I'm not a pharmaceutical guy because opioids do the same thing for me. And I don't like walking around like a zombie. So I've spent 16 years trying to work out how to biohack trauma. And we're going to spend the next probably 10 to 12 months, once a month, just touching on that. So you're welcome to come along. Have a look at drjohnaking.com. There's a whole bunch of stuff on there about how you can get connected. So, we'd love to have you on that and get you along to that. So, what about the art world? Tell us what's happened in the art world this week for you.
This week I did not do a ton of art because like I had this big project on and when you're feeling a bit pressured or stressed.
Well, tell us about the week before because that was awesome. She
But
sold a whole
Monday,
bunch of products.
yeah, that was last week. Monday I did do some preliminary sketches for a commission that I'm working on. And then I think it was Wednesday night I did some drawings in my big book to relax from my day. I
She did vegetables.
did some veggies from a new book that I got. The author is Zena Kay, and the book is about learning to use um, oil pastels 15 minutes a day. So really fun drawing instruction in that little book, and that was just a great way for me to wind down after a hard day at work. So that's pretty much it on the art front this week.
And I submitted my latest novel manuscript to my agent, Gina, at Talcott Notch. And so really excited about that. We worked out I'd been writing for 6.5 years straight. So literally 10,000 hours because I wanted to learn how to be a novelist. And in that time, I've written 5 books. These latest two, I feel like they're good enough to be. I'm going to go back and rewrite the other 3, but these last 2 I feel like are good enough, and Gina feels are good enough to start to be shopped. So I'll have the my memoir being shopped, and these 2 fictional novels being shopped. So that's pretty exciting for us because we really decided we wanted a life change, full-time, spending out the next 20, 30 years of our life full-time creative, doing writing, art, and stuff like that. So it's a big shift.
Big shift. If anybody else out there is in the middle of a career
Yeah,
transition,
let us know.
like hit us up. We'll have coffee together on Zoom. Um, and then also too, like we are in a middle of a creative transition. I guess we're moving to be full-time creatives. So if anybody has any wisdom for us,
And you want to get a Zoom, get a beverage,
yes.
iced tea if it needs to be, whiskey if it doesn't need to be.
You could even join us for a Finally Friday. We could
Yes,
have someone join
we could
us.
do a live Zoom.
Yeah.
Final Friday, talk about art and life and stuff. If you're interested, drop a note in the comments or connect with Melissa, Mel Ryan _King on Instagram, or Dr. John A. King on Instagram, or I'm on a bunch of other channels, and tell us, hey, listen, I'd love to come on a Zoom and talk about midlife changes on a Finally Friday. That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
We've got to finish off half a stogie, so we could do that as well,
Yes.
but probably not with the windows shut.
No. It's
No.
very hot in Texas, you guys.
Yeah.
Right now. It's very hot.
But sweatingly hot.
So, anybody have any questions for us?
Any questions? You want to talk about any trauma stuff or anything at all?
Fun things, art and life things. Um,
Anything at all, really.
Coffee is a great passion.
Coffee is a great passion and a great talk. I don't think there's anybody there for that on YouTube. We can't quite get the questions thing working on all the other channels. We're on X at the moment and YouTube and LinkedIn. We're supposed to be able to see a chat through it all, but
Should I check X?
you can check X if you want, see if there's any questions there. Um, so if you don't have any questions, we'll probably just jump off. And look, if you want to hop on and have a chat finally Friday, like we'll just set up a meeting room. We can all get on and talk about our weeks, and particularly if you're looking at this art thing and midlife change. Um, what content creation are you guys getting into? Olivia's asking.
Oh, content creation. Well, okay, so I paint in acrylics, mostly on board, sometimes on canvas, lots of times on paper. So I'm painting. John is,
Normally writing, but as I said, I've worked out it's been 6 years since I haven't been writing. I've been writing 6 years continuously, like an extra 20 or 30 hours a week now, learning how to be a novelist. I really went off hard after this 10,000 hour thing. But for the next 6 weeks, I'm going to paint.
yes, I'm hoping to get him to actually carve some little figurines for me to paint too, like because
I don't know if I'm doing a lot of creative stuff here. I think
he's
I'm doing it for her.
genius with wood carving. He is. So that is sort of our transition into art making. As far as our digital content that we're creating over the next period, we are going to be doing the biohacking trauma stuff. We last year we spent building or putting all of our trauma help into a course on
Called the
it.
Phoenix Collective.
Yeah, it's called the Phoenix Collective.
PhoenixCollective.app. Yeah.
Yes. So that's sort of on the in the digital side of things, I guess. Hopefully that answers your question, Olivia. Thank you for coming
She's
and
awesome.
asking.
I did a great podcast with her.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Olivia's got a great podcast channel. She's a really nice person. Great story. Yeah, just a nice person, really. And a great story. But anyway. So
What
yeah.
else?
So is that us?
I think that's us. So finally Friday. Check back. We're going to be doing
It's
this.
totally random. Like
Yeah.
we didn't have it last week because
We have no idea like what time or anything like that. It's pretty relaxed. So, but finally Friday.
yes, she does put her art on her Instagram.
I do put my art on my Instagram. I'm terrible about
She's
posting.
getting better. She's not terrible, she's getting better.
I am. I need improvement on because it's a lot more fun to paint them than it is to post about them.
But it's good if she sells one every now and again because it pays for paint.
I did, in fact, Olivia, I posted a reel Monday before last
Did you?
of 8 paintings, and I sold 7 of the 8. That was really awesome.
There's a lesson, folks.
If I would post a little more often, I would probably move some of the paintings that are stacking up. So,
Anyway, behind the scenes thought process as well makes great contents. Yeah.
oh yes, thank you.
Yeah, I've been talking to her about that.
This is some great coaching, Olivia. You are
We've been talking about doing a live stream for Melissa to show her process. And I was going to do something for a while called Chat with the Author on how to write. So I've written 37 books. So I think in terms of talking about that process, there might be people that are interested in that. It's like, how do you write? I've written 32 nonfiction and now 5 fiction books, and it's a totally different process. So maybe we could do a Finally Friday and talk about how to paint or how to chat with
yeah,
the author or something.
yeah, we could do a whole series.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I could be bothered.
Olivia says yes.
Yeah. I don't know if I need another thing. I'm just sitting around having an Irish whiskey and a cigar. If someone sponsors me a cigar, what I'll do is I'll do a chat with the author for the length of one smoke.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I think so. I think bribing our audience is a good way to do it.
Hmm.
And so sitting there. I had a guy reach out how to get into the writing space, man. Um, so there's two types of space. There is the self-publishing space, and there is the traditional publishing space. So you got to make your mind up about that. I would encourage everybody to start with the uh, self-published space first. Um, David Balchacci was talking about
Baldacci.
was it Balchacci or was it the other guy? Harlan Coben was talking about get the first four books out of the way because first three books out of the way because the fourth one will be good. And I've actually found that to be true. So I think what we often think is we've got a message to say, but if you're really passionate about writing, then you have a series of messages to say because writing is the medium that's really important to you. And I think that's one thing that short form videos, even long form podcasts have robbed us from, is we sit down for the length of a somewhat staged conversation and we say some things and we repeat those things. We actually don't unpack those things. And that's why I think writing is very important. And I think in the era of AI, authentic writing is going to become more important because AI is only ever a mirror or a mimic. It's got no ability to be able to dive in any sort of real sense. So the starting of the process and how to get writing, I think it's important to get a book out there. Now, once upon a time, if you were self-published, then traditional publishers wouldn't pick you up. That's actually not the case now. There are hybrid publishers that actually love the fact that you've self-published because you've already done the editing, the artwork, and everything, and what they've got is a promotional side of things. So if I was going to start knowing what I know now, and I've been blessed to be able to done this already and be prepared for it, is start developing a social platform presence around an audience that you're going to write to, and then start to write and start to learn the publishing process through being a self-publisher. And then when it comes to traditional publishing, there's a whole way. I worked out an entire system on how to get an agent, how to get out there and get there. And so that can be done. It's not as difficult or impossible as people make out, but it's very thin air. Um, it's like one in, I don't know,
Well,
3 million chance or 5 million chance or something but it's doable. In fact, the way I learned how to do it, I ended up getting a four, and I'm waiting for the fifth one to come through. Five agents offering me a book deal. So if I can do that, then you can do that, and it's a system I'd show you how to do that. But so if I was going to get ready to get into the writing space, I would start to make sure my material is right. And whatever you write first, it's going to be crap. I know that some people think it's not, but it really is. As I said, I've published 32 books, and I look back and they are predominantly crap because they don't have what I've got now after 40 years of writing, and that's depth and experience. There's some things you can do. I would join local writers groups and have people critique the crap out of what you write. I mean, destroy it. Hemingway wrote a line when it comes to editing saying, kill your darlings. You have to be prepared to just scour this thing because no matter how precious and great you think your work is, it needs improvement. And I think what I've learned over this whole process is to be a really good self-editor. And I write, I'm a writer, so I love writing and I love reading back my own voice and I cry and I laugh at my own jokes. I think I'm bloody awesome. But but the fact is not everybody else is going to agree. And I want to write for my audience. I've got a message I want to communicate and I need to get out of my own way. So I think one of the first things with starting to write is getting out of your own way. Wouldn't you say that's the same with art?
I think so. I think for me, one of the biggest learning curves to actually making art was understanding some things about myself. Like your art like reveals things to you about yourself, and so like being the less self-aware one of this particular bubble, I had
I can help.
I had a lot to learn about vulnerability, about really just sitting down and trying something and not be afraid to fail, all the things.
All the
Um,
things.
so yeah, it's been a process, but I would
Yeah.
say to get started in art, you do have to get comfortable with being vulnerable, and that whether that's writing or painting or.
And it's like writing. Like I write neo-noir. I write a very specific genre of fiction. So I write for my audience. I want to have thriller, gritty crime novels. I've written two just recently. One Till It's Done about military sexual trauma, which is where Olivia and I connected. And I'm going to talk to her soon about going back and doing another podcast around the book when it comes out. And the second one is called What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Thirsty, which is about human trafficking. And so both of those are neo-noir thrillers, really cut down, gritty, dirty. It's not a rom-com. So I'm not trying to write a rom-com or a fantasy vampire wolfy werewolfy, whatever that crap was.
Robots in space,
No,
right?
I know that's not me. So I'm not. I can appreciate it and read it. Not werewolves and well, maybe a good werewolf movie is good. I can appreciate that, but I don't write for that. And I think it's the same with art. Is Melissa's a folk artist? That's what she loves. She
I
loves
like to
that.
paint my chickens
Yeah,
and
she likes
weird birds.
and her interpret. It's really impressionistic in some ways of how she sees life and how life is represented to her on paper. And I think you've got to get really comfortable with the fact that you will find your tribe, but not everybody's your tribe.
Yeah, not everybody's gonna like what you make or
Yeah,
or write or whatever.
yeah.
So yeah.
And that is
Mm.
important, I think. I think that's very important. So yeah, any other questions before we go? Coming up to 5 o'clock. Olivia, you're wonderful. Thank you. Don't forget to check out Olivia's podcast. She does a great job. She's a good friend, got a great story. If you're looking for some coaching on, life and overcoming and just being generally awesome,
Awesome.
talk to Olivia. Finding your cup of tea. Exactly, love.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly. All right. Well, finally
Thanks.
Friday. Bye. You're welcome, sister. Peace and much grace to all of you. And yeah, hug someone, kiss them. You don't know how long they're
Enjoy
here
the
for.
weekend. Finally Friday.
Finally Friday. All right. Cheerio. And hey, listen, one other thing, fellas, Man Church tomorrow. Um, and ladies, it'll be broadcast on Instagram.
BJ joined.
Hey,
Hey,
BJ. We're just talking about writing, BJ. BJ Sloan has got a couple of great books. Um,
Forgotten Son.
and
Unfavored Children's Club.
Unfavored Children's Club. So check out BJ's
BJ Sloan writes.
on Instagram and
Yeah.
around the world, and her website, I think, is the same thing. So if you're looking at books that are different, and particularly if you're starting to write, have a look at what BJ's doing. She's doing an incredible Texas lady, Texas stories, really interesting
Really
in how
good.
and her ability to describe things. The other thing you need to do is make sure you get on a mailing list for this next book that's coming up. Because I've had the privilege of listening to her at the DFW Writers Club, and I have to listen to a lot of people. I have to, but I want to listen to what
But we
BJ
enjoy
says.
what BJ is
I know I
writing.
enjoy
It's great.
BJ. Some of the other stuff's really. Anyway, thank you, for tapping me out. But yeah, have a look at BJ. Get a copy of a book. You can get it on Amazon. Go to her website and all that. She does a great job. And so we'll probably see you next Friday. We'll try and make it like 4 o'clock ish.
Ish.
But we know you're not doing anything on Friday afternoon anyway, so don't bitch to us or complain to us about the time. Sorry, I said that out loud.
Everyone, have a great weekend.
Oh, Man Church. That's what I was
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about.
Man Church.
Man Church. Manchurch.online. Fellas, we're going to be talking about beds too short and blankets are too thin, about what happens when you've got bad doctrine and how it actually makes a really shaky foundation for your life. And unfortunately, most of the church has bad doctrine today. They have like zero doctrine today. So go there. That's for fellas only. It's a Zoom meeting. We'll be streaming it for everybody else. And what we do is we get to a point in the what's it called? The stream where we shut it off and it's question answers, fellas. So we can get together and have a chat.
So the question and answers are private, but I and all of my friends, so the ladies, we all watch on the live stream part, and then when it cuts off, the guys have their.
And why we do that is because I want to help men be better men, husbands, and fathers. And if I can help you be the better man that you are, then you can go home and disciple your family and your children because that's your responsibility. For God, it's not my responsibility to disciple your family. And I don't think it's right for a man to be discipling another man's woman, to be honest. So, outside of a church setting, but I am ex-gen and old school on that stuff. Right, that'll do. We're done.
All right.
Cheerio.
So great to see you guys. Bye.
All right,
Bye.
see you next Friday. More than likely, possibly. If it is, well, and let us know if you want to talk about something particular. Drop Melissa a message or myself a message. And I'm thinking that art. We might talk about art and writing again because that was cool.
Mm.
All right, cheerio.